Where are we going this time, Seth?
Dubai!
As you guys know, I recently went to Dubai this year and I loved everything, but I was especially inspired by the makeup, which is why I decided to create this full tutorial.
I am wearing fake lashes, OMG, and side note, I put them on myself. That's a first. I hope that you guys enjoy watching and that you'll sound off in the comments and let me know what you guys think. I'm really, really excited about this. Okay, let's do this. I just wanna say, I always decide to pop pimples and zits right before I'm about to do a tutorial. Do not do that. Okay, so step one, I ain't trying to have all these pimples showing up underneath my makeup. So to smooth out my pores and to sort of give my face a fresh, flawless finish, I'm gonna be using Cover FX Face Primer. This is their mattifying primer with anti-acne treatment. It happens to be one of my favorites because I always feel like it hides the blemishes and of course the zits that I just popped. So before I actually put the foundation on, I'm going to apply this color corrector. It's like a concealer texture. It's from Giorgio Armani. This is in the shade 2. And it is more of like an orangey peachy color because that's what cancels out the color blue. So I'm just gonna target it directly underneath my eyes, especially right here because that's where it tends to look a little bit darker. This has been my personal favorite so far that I've tried, and it's just worked really, really well for my pigment. While I'm doing this, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I decided when I hit 250,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do something really, really crazy. I'm gonna be using my NARS Luminous Weightless Foundation in shade Barcelona. I really, really love this one, but because it is an oil-free foundation, sometimes on my skin, I feel like it can look a little yellow, maybe a little more dry. So what I like to do is mix a non-oil-free foundation, just a small amount. I'm actually gonna use a sample of the Giorgio Armani Designer Lift Foundation. My good friend Lindsay, she's a makeup artist out here, and she used it on me one time, and I was like, what is that foundation? So I'm just gonna add a small amount to my Luminous Weightless. I like it because it is a little bit darker, so it's gonna kind of get rid of that yellowy color. So I'm just going to kind of just apply it to the skin with my foundation brush. It's a flat foundation brush. I'm not really blending it in yet. I'm just applying the product, and then I'm gonna blend it in with a separate blending brush. So I'm gonna blend in the foundation with my Artis Oval 7 brush, and I really love this brush because it is so soft on my skin. You know, sometimes doing this with the Beauty Blender, it takes time, but with this brush, you can actually, you know, really rub it into your face and it's not gonna make it dry. So now I'm just gonna add a little bit of concealer. I'm using my Laura Mercier. This is the Secret Camouflage Palette. I love, love, love all of her secret products. All the color corrector is really gonna do is get rid of the pigmentation. So usually if you have that bluish color, like I said, because we're applying a peach hue underneath the foundation, you're definitely gonna wanna top it off with a concealer after you apply your foundation. So that's exactly what I'm doing here to now brighten underneath the eyes. For once, I'm changing up the translucent powder. I got the La Mer. I love that this translucent powder is more pink than the translucent powder I was using. I still like to mix the two, but for today's tutorial, I'm just gonna be using the La Mer. For today's contour, I'm gonna use a pressed powder. This is from Estee Lauder, and it is the Victoria Beckham bronzer. So to contour, I'm gonna use my Oval 4 brush from Artis. I love that it's tiny, and I'm just gonna pat it into the product. So we're gonna just start at the end of the brow and just stroke it down very lightly. Come to the end of the brow, bring it back. Just a little bit in certain areas, like here. Then what I'm gonna do is grab a bronzing brush and just blend it in. We're gonna grab a highlighter. I'm actually using NARS. This is a Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm using the shade Medium 1 in Custard just to actually highlight. It's a great concealer, but you can even use it to highlight. Right there on the cheeks, just a little bit. And we're just gonna blend it in with our finger. I prefer the finger just because naturally your skin's temperature is a little bit warmer than say a brush. So this really melts the product into your skin. You're gonna get more coverage and it's just gonna really sit nicely. If your hand gets tired like mine, you can either change hands or just grab a brush and run it through. You hear the lawnmower? Having too much fun out there, I swear. Once we highlighted and contoured, I'm gonna go back and grab some of that translucent powder we used, and I'm gonna use a really light featherweight brush to apply a little bit of the product and sort of blend in the contour with the highlight. You want it to look natural. Now we are going to illuminate, mixing two of them together. So I'm gonna start out with Color Pops in the shade Might Be. It's a pretty rosy sort of pink highlighter versus just gold. So I'm just gonna apply that to my hand. It's creamy, so I love that it just kind of glides onto the skin. Just put it right here. ColourPop has literally been killing it lately. I don't know what it is, but I am feeling all their products. This is how I create that faux glow. And because I love a hint of gold, I'm using Pat McGrath Labs Fine Gold 003 pigment, just a very subtle amount, just over what I just created. Just very like simple. So now for the blush from Marc Jacobs Beauty. This is in the shade 506 Flesh and Fantasy, and it looks really good on the skin. Just want to blend it in. With blush, I get a little happy. It's the Texas girl in me. I just like to put it in the apples of my cheeks, a little dab on the nose. It's just gonna brush my brows. I'm using IT Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Eyebrow Pencil, and it's in like a taupey shade. You never want to go black, girl, because that just looks so harsh. Even if your eyebrows are dark like mine, always go for a lighter shade like taupe or medium brown. So I'm only gonna shade in the front right here, just very lightly. And then the end, just fill in the gaps. That's really all I need, is just to fill in the gaps. I don't like it looking too harsh. Okay, we are now moving on to the eyes. I know we used a primer on the face earlier, but the eyes, it's a whole separate entity. So I'm going to load up on the Prep and Prime primer. Prep and Prime primer. Prep and Prime primer. So I'm just gonna apply this. Just gonna apply that over my lid. I'm gonna start out with the base. This is from the Selena MAC collection. I got it. It's like this matte, really, really light brown shade. It's called Missing My Baby Matte. I love Selena. So I'm just gonna apply that as a base. I am going to apply this dark red shade. It's from ColourPop and it's called Paradox. So we're just going to then apply some of this chestnut reddish shade, brown, more brown, just to the outer edge of my eyes, and I'm blending it in about halfway. Here's a fun little tip. If for some reason you feel like it's not straight, I'm just grabbing that concealer I used earlier as a highlighter, and I'm just creating that straight edge. So I'm just going to blend it in with my finger very carefully and gently. And so see, it looks a little bit more perfected. With that same shade, I'm going to apply it just to the outer corner, just to make it appear a little darker. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to use this other really great ColourPop eyeshadow. This isn't sponsored. I swear I'm not getting paid for this. I just really like the eyeshadow. This is in the shade Arrow, and it's also from the Super Shock eyeshadow collection. But look, check it out. It is just like a pretty lighter metallic-y pink. And I'm going to just apply it. The cool thing is I'm just going to apply it with my finger. And I'm just going to press it in place. It's really nice when you press it because you're going to get more coverage and you're going to get more pigment. For the inner corner of my eye, from my Dolce Vita palette, it's like a light gold color, very iridescent, and I'm just going to apply it to the tear duct. Then you're gonna go back and just blend it in because you want everything to look nice and natural. I'm quickly gonna add a little cat eye. This pencil is from Laura Mercier. It is in the shade Black Extreme. I'm just going to run it over the top of my eyelid just to kind of help set the base for the liquid. I'm also gonna apply it to my upper waterline. Gonna grab a defined brush and just gonna blend it in. I'm gonna use Revlon's Color Stay for my cat eye. Gonna start with the flick. I want it to be a little thicker. So I thought I would spice up today's fall makeup tutorial by using my new Huda Beauty eyelashes. I literally hope it works out because I never, ever, ever have luck when it comes to fake lashes. Oh my God, I'm scared. I'm literally sweating. Okay. So I'm just gonna get in there, screw the tweezers right now. Now I'm gonna apply my mascara. This is from a brand called Flower. OMG, this is so cool. I'm such a rookie, but I'm like obsessed. Okay, so for a first timer on the lashes, not so bad, right? Now, you guys know me. Usually I am like, if you're gonna do a bold eye, go really neutral on the lip. I'm all for that. But because this is a Dubai inspired tutorial, I loved how some of the girls there were rocking a bold eye and a bold lip, and they worked it. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today as well. Starting out by lining up my lips with Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Lip Liner. This is in Conspiracy. How sketchy. So I'm gonna be using my new Huda Beauty. This is her liquid matte lipstick. There you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Dubai inspired makeup tutorial. Let me know below in the comments if you guys want to start seeing more like dramatic looks. And by dramatic, I mean for me personally, this is more of a dramatic look because you guys know me, I'm usually really natural. So let me know if you guys want to see more of these type of tutorials on my channel below. To be honest, it took a little bit more effort than usual, like my usual tutorials, but I am so pleased with the look and I feel like I've just accomplished a work of art. So it was a lot of fun. As always, let me know if you guys have any questions below, and if you've tried any products in this video, let me know what you guys think. All right, well, until next time, mwah, mwah. Bye.